10 years since the release of the PlayStation 4. Now, what I have is a wrapped up skin from Balalo. It was a brand that I worked with back in the days, and I just never took it off my PS5. PS4, I mean. And ever since then, I just kept it on. I'm actually going to remove this skin so we can get the full design of the PS4. And overall, I just want to just take a trip down memory lane. How I don't even argue that this is even the last time people waited online for a gaming console, because back in those days, online was a thing, but people was getting it at the store. But I can't remember seeing this live or anything. I can't remember 10 years ago if it was like a live stream, but around that time, Microsoft did their press conference. They revealed the Xbox One, and man, it was just too much TV this, TV that, and it was just not enough games.
Microsoft and Xbox could bring this level of power, performance, and sophistication to the living room.
And around this time, Microsoft was incorporating DRM, where you can't purchase used games. It's going to automatically check periodically to see if you're online. It was a bunch of weird stuff going on with Xbox. After the success of the Xbox 360, Microsoft was a bit comfortable. People are going to buy the Xbox One. I say that to say that PlayStation basically did a reverse Uno. They talked only about games. You could play used games. No online checks and all that weird stuff that Microsoft was doing. It was a perfect, absolutely perfect way to steal the show. And all in all, just showing that the PS4 is for gamers. And you can even have your cake and eat it too, because you still have Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, etc. And people were just sold on the PS4. To the design of the PS4, when they showcased the design, I was blown away. Gone of the curvy design of the PS3 and on with the sharp edges. I don't know why, it just blew me away. I love the matte finish and the glossy side cover. I was all for the PS4, and considering that I had the PS3 and I had an Xbox 360, but I was mostly on PS3, the PS4 for me was a no-brainer. Didn't even waste my time with the Xbox. And 2013 was the same year that I started my YouTube channel, Simplypops. I'm gonna get rid of this walnut skin. I actually still like the way it looks. But shout out to Balalo, they still making products and stuff. This video is not sponsored, but of course we saw different iterations. We have the PS4 Slim, the PS4 Pro, limited edition releases, and so many different PS4 consoles. Let me know down in the comments down below. Do you like the PS4 design better than the PS5? Let me know. That's an interesting one. Now, majority of the people that I know, they always had their PS4 horizontal, laying down, and including me, because I didn't really have the space of any standing consoles, and nobody wasn't trying to spend like $30 on a stand anyways. Now, when the PS4 first came out, I couldn't buy it day one. I didn't have enough money for it, and it was $3.99, so I asked my parents to get it. Now, mind you, I was 10th grade. I was an actual, let me see, I was a sophomore. Like the PS4 back then, which I do have the box here, PS4 was tough to get at the time, especially on release day. So I can't really remember. I just remember seeing the news outlet, and at the time you had I think Instagram was out, but it wasn't as it is now, where you had Instagram stories and Instagram lives, and you know, it wasn't like that. But I saw unboxings. Shout out to Mystic, shout out to a bunch of creators that unboxed the PS4 on day one. I wasn't one of them, unfortunately. But eventually my parents did got it for me. November of 2013 was the release month of the PS4, and that was actually my birthday month. And originally I asked this for my birthday, but they couldn't get it. It was that difficult. You thought the PS5 was hard to get online? The PS4 was pretty difficult to get too, that I can remember. But it was after my birthday, so I had to wait all the way to Christmas. To get a PS4. So meanwhile, you know, as a content creator, you want to be able to make videos on a new console right away. But around that time, I wasn't really taking YouTube serious, so I just didn't really think anything of it. Alongside the PS4, they got me an extra controller. They also got me Need for Speed Rivals, which was the latest and greatest Need for Speed game. I actually loved that game. I really did. But Most Wanted was definitely better. And also Call of Duty Ghosts, I got that too, although I had it for the PS3. As we know, the DualShock 4 revolutionized the PlayStation controller. It was the first radical change since the original PlayStation controller. You know, the PS1, PS2, and even PS3 had the same design structure of the PlayStation controller. It was the same exact size, same exact button layout that featured the touchpad, the light bar, a bigger size controller. Yeah, you also had the create, not even the create, the share button and the option button. Yeah, so it was just a big change, and I love the way how the controller felt in the hands. And just going back to a PS3 just felt ancient. It was such a big change that I didn't even know how Sony was going to be able to have the next step. Now we have the DualSense controller, and it's even better. You know, now going back to the DualShock 4, it feels so tiny. I don't know. It's hard to really go back to a PS4 controller once you have the PS5. Yeah, the controller is even bigger. It just feels more comfortable in the hands. You actually have the haptics, the adaptive triggers, much more better controller with the DualSense opposed to the PS4, of course. Everything was just completely new with the PS4, and I'm gonna show you guys in a little bit. The user experience was just way better than the PS3. You know, you couldn't even start a party chat on the PS3, and that's a gift and a curse actually, because on the PS3 it forces you to play the game. It forces you to get the new Call of Duty game, to talk to your friends. So with the PS4, you had the introduction of party chat. So you could now play separate games and still talk to your friends. So this one could be playing Black Ops 3 while I could be playing Mortal Kombat X, and we could be able to still talk. The PS3 brought everybody together to play the game. Now it's like people could just join the chat, just be chilling. People just chill out. Like the PS3 brought so many amazing games to the point where the PS4 wasn't a downgrade. You had games like The Last of Us Part 2 was pretty good. God of War, the reboot series. And you also had games like Spider-Man. You know, Spider-Man 2018. You know, PS4 didn't even slow down with the games at all. Sony kept its promises with the catalog of games that we got. And there's no denying that the games were pretty impressive on the PS4. Some of the most blockbuster games that you just need to play. The PS4 had a better game catalog than the PS3 because we had PT. We actually had Silent Hills PT, which is a game that you cannot even download. They pull it off the PlayStation Store, and to this day, I still have PT on my PS4, and I'm forever gonna keep my PS4 just to play that game. And you know what? I'm babbling here. I'm gonna boot up my PS4, and we're gonna take a look at the UI, and I'm gonna just further talk about the PS4. Alright guys, so this is my PS4. So you can see that wallpaper. I had this wallpaper for years, and you can see what's new. Now the last game I installed was actually Street Fighter 6 because I thought I was gonna do a comparison between the PS5 versus the PS4, but that never came out. Dude, I ended up doing the Mortal Kombat one instead, and yeah, I think that was a good decision. But here are all my games. Some of these are locked because I don't have my external drive plugged into the PS4. It is plugged into my PS5, but I'm not doing that. Just showing you guys everything here. And you guys see this game right here? PT. This is the game where people keep their PS4s. This is the game right here, man. I'm not gonna play it through too much because I'm not trying to get scared right now, but I did countless gameplays on this. It's a really good game. It's one of my favorite scary games of all time, without a doubt. And if you don't know what PT is, which some of you guys are young, you don't know what PT is, it's a game, it's a playable teaser. That's what PT stands for. And it was supposed to be an introduction of Silent Hills. And this is the gameplay. There's no main menus, there's nothing. But yeah, it's literally the scariest game ever. And you're just looping back and forth. You're looping back and forth. People were selling their PS4s for like $1,000, $800. It was just going crazy. I'm not sure how the resale is right now for PT, but needless to say, you cannot get this game again, and I'm happy that I have it installed. Of course, we have GTA 5. I have the CD, Hitman 3, Greedfall, Fortnite, Mortal Kombat. I'm surprised it just said Season 5. PS5 remote play, which is interesting. I did not know this was a thing. All right, hold on. I don't know if I could just do it like that though. Oh, I can. If your PS4 is collecting dust, you want to keep it, you can use it as a remote play for your PS5. Yeah, so it's essentially now I'm on my PS4, but I'm controlling my PS5. This is this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. So it looked like I'm on the PS5, but I'm on my PS4. Wow. What's my most played PlayStation game in general? I'm curious. Whoa, Mortal Kombat X. I'm definitely not surprised. Mortal Kombat X, so many timeless memories on it. I love this game so much. I still do. I think it's one of my favorite Mortal Kombat games. Black Ops 3, definitely not surprising because we have zombies, spectacular zombies. The multiplayer was actually pretty good. Modern Warfare, the reboot, that was a good one too. Actually brought the COD community back. And the PS4 version of Grand Theft Auto 5 at number 4, which is not surprising. Call of Duty Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, okay, and so on and so forth. So Hitman 3, 47 hours in. Agent 47, I see that. No, I'm not on the PS. I'm not on the PS5. I'm on the PS4 using remote play. I don't think the PS4 is going to show how many hours I played some of these games here. So some of the UI elements of the PS4 didn't really age too well. And I know we had the introduction of the PlayStation Playroom. I know that was removed. There's just a lot of things that just didn't age well. But comparing this to the PS3 was definitely a worthy upgrade. Big upgrade of them all. Some people hated the PS4 because it was so loud. Like, you even have events here where you can see what kind of events coming up. And I'm pretty sure nobody went to this. You could be able to have custom themes. And that's how you guys saw that wallpaper there, because that's a custom wallpaper. But having custom themes, I'm gonna miss. So you have the 20th anniversary, you have all these themes that you could purchase on the PSN store, but unfortunately you don't have that no more. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the PS4 10 years later in 2024. May as well say it's 2024. This year is practically over. And yeah, I mean, the PS4 is still going strong. We have a bunch of players still playing on the PS4. Didn't quite get their hands yet on the PS5, relatively, even though it's relatively available. The PS4 community is still strong thanks to cross-play. You could play Fortnite with PS5 players, PS4 players, Call of Duty. Pretty much any modern AAA game has cross-play support. So I can understand why some people stuck with the PS4, because people don't see the need to upgrade to the PS5. Although you're missing out on games like Spider-Man, Returnal, which is one of my favorite PS5 games, it's still for some people not even worth jumping to the PS5 just yet. Kind of hard to go back to a PS4 with this mechanical hard drive, small controller, missing those haptics, the adaptive triggers, the snappy UI, you name it. Pretty much everything on the PS5 is so much better. And to put the cherry on top, you could play PS4 games as well too. So you can have your cake and eat it too. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments down below, do you still have your PS4? Sound it off in the comments below. Make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on. I hope you all have a simple day. Peace.